150, 150, tactical off-road racing.
Okay, gotcha. Good afternoon. You're joining us in Mid Wales. We're in the middle of the site. We've got the media tent just set up just there behind some recovery. We're looking a bit keen. We're just waiting for some competitors. As luck normally isn't with us, is these things. We've had a load of competitors come through, but it was absolutely torrential here. So we've got quite a busy afternoon. Cars literally just putting in laps. So yeah, this afternoon, everybody going for the 150. They've literally got to put in 8 laps. That's the maximum they can do. And then we have some people who've already in the 150 club who are going for the 200, and they can put in an extra 2 laps after that. And we actually have a competitor just come into view. It's a bit far off in the distance, but the side slopes here, I mean, the camera angle doesn't really do it justice. It is incredibly steep, incredibly muddy. We'll try and get some drones in the air for you so we can cover some of that, because obviously the drones can cover a lot more ground than I can cover on foot. So we've got car 14 just coming through us here. So Sticky and Halliday in car 14. So they've got a big climb up the hill. So he's making short work of that hill there. So basically we were talking to a competitor a minute ago in the rain as they'd broken down, and they were saying up on the top of the site, it's just like an ice skating rink. Yep, so we got some marshals out on site. We're here at Marshall Point E. We've got quite an amphitheatre here. Punches up on the top. Try and wander up here, see if we could get any more action. Matthew and Daniels in car 41 there. Yeah, so apologies if you did join us at 1 when we had said we were going to go live, but it was just so torrential, the rain here, that we just couldn't go live, so we thought we'd wait for a break in the weather. And we've got cars just filtering through this section now. Gosh, can't see who that is. Yeah, so I think we just had a comment in from Blair. We are on YouTube as well. If you search for the Welsh is the channel. Yeah, I mean that car is just so covered in mud at this stage. I have no idea. I have no idea who it is, but if I had to guess, being a V8 and the shape of the vehicle, it could be Mark Dean's car there that we did see earlier, putting some good laps, but absolutely caked in mud. So we've got some other visuals on the cars. We've got some winching going on. Yeah, so it looks like we've got some people out the cars affecting repairs. Yeah, looking surprisingly clean and not covered in mud. So who do we think this is? Probably Mark Dean here. So what we have here is actually obviously a punch area where they can collect punches, and we can see there's a couple of cars all bunched up there. So they're either repairing or trying to re-rig after trying to get a punch. You can see the one car, can't remember the number or see it from this distance, just literally just gone straight up the hill. Not the sort of hill you want to miss a gear on. Yeah, in fact, I can see a punch in the distance. There's obviously some punches there. So the car, is it car 41, I think? It's going up the hill. So I think they missed a gear or something. So they're now having a winch. Okay, so we're just confirming that we are actually on YouTube. So and that we're actually broadcasting not only Facebook but also YouTube as well. So you can watch it on your TVs and things like that. So we're just confirming that now. So we've got some cars stuck. There's obviously quite a bit going on in this valley. So the valley where we're kind of located, and we've got the drones up and stuff. There's a lot of sort of punch sections, quite twisty, quite tight sections, and that's what's slowing everybody down. You can see here from the mud and the water that's just going down that didn't take much, and then it just gets very, very full of mud. So I don't know if we can get a drone in down to have a look at that rock outcrop, but we've actually got some some of the winch co-pilots going up there with the winch cable. So hearing over the radio that we've got quite a few cars in this section. They're all just either winching or trying to get a punch, or just trying to get past one another, basically. This rain has really kind of just greased things up a little bit. So hopefully you're enjoying the drone footage. Oh, just seen a co-pilot sliding down the hill. So as you can see from our cameras, plenty of winching going on. Lots of people. And it sounds like we got some marshals watching from Marshall Point T. So afternoon to Marshall Point T, T for Tango. Right, so I think we've just put the FPV drone in the air. It's Flying Fox. So there is a side slope up there that I think we've got on a drone shot at the moment. It is very, very slippery. We've been watching people up there have some issues. And I think we've also got a drone above another winch vehicle that I can see as well. So we got car 59 going through those. That's Mr. Marsden. So it'd be interesting to see. I didn't realise it's him going up that hill earlier. Be interesting to see how he attacks this section here. Whether he's already done those punches there, which it looks like he has, because he's opting to go straight up the hill. I think we've got the FPV drone following him up towards the digger. Yeah, so Flying Fox there following Jim. Then we've got the Pembroke Mud Slingers down there. They've had a lot of shout outs on the live. So thank you, Caroline. Yes, as looks like Flying Fox is going to follow up. So that is just a vicious side slope you can see there on the Flying Fox drone that they're just about to go into. If they have to stop there for a punch, it's very hard to get going again. You can see they're just literally just tackling it, just go for it. Oh, they are going to stop for a punch, I think. No. Oh, see, as soon as they stop, they're sliding sideways down into that bracken. That's quite unnerving. So we've got the drone circling them. Are they going to power out? We watched a couple of people in there earlier. They had to actually winch out. Yep, and they're through. Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate, the cameras just don't do justice quite how steep some of these side slopes are and stuff. Wander back down the track. See if we can be up the track. Okay, and it looks like the rain's starting to come down again, so let's hope that that stays off just a touch longer for us. Yeah, we got some photographers up there as well, so I think we've just flown a drone around them. So they're out there getting just as wet as we are, taking some great pictures of the competitors. So make sure you do check out their work. We can hear a lot of engines from where we are. Just can't quite see anybody. So obviously the other cameras that are out in those woods are getting much better footage in terms of cars in front of them than we are down here. They should be probably down with us fairly shortly. Yep, so if you look there on the screen, we are showing the website for the Welsh rallies, so you can get the live timings. So you can follow along at home with your team. That does not include things like penalties and stuff. Obviously, that's all subject to change, but it gives you a fair idea whether the team that you're supporting is still running and how they're doing and how many laps they've put in today. We've been talking to a few of the teams, and teams have been putting in some pretty steady laps before the rain that we had just after lunch. That will obviously change up the course a little bit. And of course, we've got the bogey section up in the quarry that they have to do, which is basically like a time trial. And they have to do that once a day. And then every other lap, it's kind of optional. Right, okay, so you can see one of our mobile cameras at the moment down at one of the winch areas. So it's probably one that we could see from down here in the valley, but they're actually up there in amongst the trees. And then it looks like we've also got a live feed from somebody's drone as well, who's here in the tent with us. So whose car is that? Can't quite see on the feed. But we've just had the rain come in, so we've had to just land the drones for a moment or two. And we'll keep the action going as long as we've got cars in front of us, and let's hope this rain pushes through and we can get some more aerial footage coming out.
Steve, you are live on visual. Keep going.
So Steve there, Steve's camera that we've got here on live, you've got quite a good quality picture coming in, which is quite remarkable, seeing as we're literally in the middle of a rainstorm here at the moment. Can't see it on the camera at all, but yeah, the rain is really coming down, and it looks like I can now see in the background, it looks like there's a car behind. Does that look like a car behind that we can see there? I'm looking at my colleagues. Do we? Yeah, so it looks like we've got a car that's kind of down behind the car that's winching up this hill here. I'm sure they'll recover that one in a moment, or maybe this competitor here will move into a position where they can recover it.
Oh, that truck. There's a truck there.
Yeah, so you can see the co-pilot's really fighting and struggling here with all this mud, just trying to keep traction coming up the hill. Yeah, it is absolutely chucking it down here. You can't see it on the camera. The camera's pretty much underneath a tree, which is where Steve is standing, which seems sensible, and it's properly coming down at the moment. So that's just going to literally turn that top layer of mud into sort of a slick ice skating rink. You can see another co-pilot out there with another winch line. Obviously, they're just looking to get going as quickly as possible. He's talking back. They've got headsets on. They're talking back to the driver. He's just helped him out a little bit. So you can see the drivers do help each other out, and the co-pilots. It's in all their interests to obviously keep going and clear the track as quickly as possible so the people behind can get going and put in their laps. This is going to be a really tough afternoon now for the co-pilots, especially as more and more winching is now going to be needed. What was drivable before this rain started, you can probably see in the background of the shot there just how bleak it is. And you can see the windscreen wipers going there. It is actually raining that hard. See what car number that is as they are steering. Oh, perfect. So what they've actually done there is the car behind them has used them as a winch point as well and helped pull them up, and yeah, it just all helps. Yeah, feel free to comment and obviously like and let us know who's watching at the moment, and we'll try and keep up the coverage. We've just had a Can-Am absolutely zip into shot here. Just wait and see if we can get that feedback. and Steve's visual there that we see is just getting a little bit cut up. It's going to be just due to the fact that the weather is horrendous here at the moment.
Side and all sorts. Anybody else wants to wander up?
Yeah, so that could be laptop on the drone is off, but we walk away to see if we can get something on there.
There we go. We're getting a fairly good feed to get back again then from Steve as those cars are passed.
Watch out!
So that looks like that could be very hard to tell. That's Jim, so that'll be Mr. Marsden there, powering his way up through that pack of people. So we saw him just a moment ago before this rain set in. You can see those co-pilots are working very hard today. Oh, and then you can just see how slippery it is. You can just see there that Jim's car has just slipped down. It's obviously on a bit of a side slope. This camera just, the camera angle just doesn't do it really justice. You can see that Can-Am there is also having to winch. Both have all just obviously slipped down onto that tree. And I just can't see they're so covered in mud. Cannot see whose Can-Am that is. There's a couple of those that could be. No, I couldn't even hazard a guess on that one.
Marshall Point, November. Because Phil went out this morning to position people and take his lunch. The left is there. Don't forget to take your lunch.
So we've still got Steve's camera feed here. We can see Jim there now. He's having to winch up. It looks like the most innocuous kind of slope that you can see, really. Right, so we've got some more people now switching to the mobiles, basically, because we just can't have the drones and stuff out. This weather is
There's a long way back up there. What have we done?
So I think we're with James. He's somewhere in the gorse. Looks like a green jump here at the moment.
Yeah, I am. I definitely am.
Yeah, so we're now back with Steve's camera again. We can see Jim has just managed to winch himself out, and there must be a real side slope there for everybody to have to be winching how they're winching. So we can see that Chris Booth has just asked how many laps Leeds has done. I'm unsure, actually. What we can also do is you can actually look, and if I had a computer spun up in front of me that wasn't running the live, we could probably have a look at the Welsh rallies, which we're just going to put across the screen in a second so you can get that website. It's so you can actually see the live timing.
Right, okay, we want to be out there.
So we'll see if we can put that up. Yeah, so it's the Welsh.rallies.info. Let's just have a look. If that's been updated.
I was too busy falling over, to be fair.
So just looking across, scroll across, it looks like we're on. So it looks like some people might be getting close to their full quota of laps today. So they can basically do, if they're in the 150 and doing the 150, then they'll be doing 8 laps. And if they're going for the 200, which there is a group of people out there who have already achieved the 150, then they will be doing 10 laps. So it looks like some of our top competitors are on lap 7 or 8 at this precise second. But of course, that's us just looking at the live timing. That does not mean anything in terms of where people actually are, penalties, and all that sort of stuff.
Rain might be reducing.
So
We
yeah,
might
here we go. We've just
go for a walk.
the live timings.
Back up there.
And if we scroll
Now
across
falling
the
over
top,
a few times.
so this, everybody can go have a look at this. This is the welsh.rallies.info. So this is all of the live timings. So you can see we've got quite a few cars basically onto, it looks like the mainly we've got, so it looks like Marsden is actually on lap, what have we got? So yes, might be on his last lap as we're looking at it now, but you guys can have a look at this as well for yourselves. So back with the action, I think this is Steve's camera still. He's got one of the better feeds. And you can just see how slippery that side slope is. Just winching, completely just having a winch. As soon as they stop, those wheels stop turning, start sliding. It looks like we've got a Can-Am doing some winching as well up through the gorse. That could be, I'm just hazarding a guess, that could be Paul Bass's Can-Am in there. That kind of looks like the silhouette. I can't tell from the mud. But those guys, if it is, have been going really, really strong. That is a really serious hill. You cannot see from the camera. I mean, we can just see in the background almost the level that is. And that does look like the Can-Am of Paul Bass there. Yeah, much better now that's cleared up. So again, this was completely drivable earlier.
Fine, mountaineer back.
And now just with the rain that's come in and set in, this is getting quite tricky now. There you go, right up to the top. And what have we got going on down here?
Steve, feel free to tell us what's happening if you know. All three are
Yeah, so that's that car we could see earlier, which we couldn't quite see earlier, which we thought was a car in the background. It could have been a tree, but that was the car that's on its side, and I said they'd be recovering it. So they've, now that those competitors have moved through, they're either doing a self-recovery or they've managed to get another competitor, which it looks like they potentially have. Managed to help get another competitor to put them back on their wheels, basically. So that will be down with Steve. I seem to remember that's where we saw that car. So it looks like they've got a couple of cars there helping out. So we've got another car down the bottom. And who's this with? This up the top of that area. Yeah, so apologies for the footage at the moment. It just is absolutely tipping it down, so we have to mobile devices. Of course, the connection isn't always the best. So a lot of winching going on down here just to get to the top of this slope. So that's right on the very, very top that we're getting. So this is on the top from where we are. And you can just see these cars just sliding everywhere. So there are some punches to collect up at that point on the very top. And we're back with Steve again at this infamous winch area. So who's that? The Alpha car with a very poorly rear tyre, and they are up the top from here. So they've obviously been doing some of those punch sections. I would imagine they're trying to get it somewhere on flattish ground so that they can change that tyre out.
You're going that way.
So it looks like the rain might move through in a minute. So ever hopeful, we'll have some more coverage. We'll switch back to the other cameras shortly. See headlights and lights are on. That's how dark it is. It's not a night stage. Middle of the day here. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, there is a lot of struggle out there today at the moment. So this rain has just knocked everybody down a bit. I mean, luckily, I think this morning it looks like from the live timings, people have put in a large number of laps this morning. So, and I was talking to a few people, and they did things like the bogey section first off. I mean, the forecast has been completely topsy-turvy. So this rain was actually predicted first thing, but it's just now caught us. But yeah, like I said, again, if you need to follow and work out where people are, then you can obviously look at the live timings. And David, if you can let us know what the car number is, we can have a quick look at the timings for you. Yeah, so it does actually look like, David, like they've retired, I think. So it looks like they did the qualifying. So that's car 61. So it looks like they did the qualifying and the pre-qualifying and the qualifying and have retired. the looks of it. So that's what the live timing is showing us here. If they'd been out on course, then they would be would get some other laps. So there we have Alpha Fab up at the top of the site from where I'm sat. I'm saying it's the top site. It's not really the top site, but it's a long way up from where I'm sat. And they found somewhere sort of flattish to change that flat tyre. And I can see our cameraman James underneath an umbrella from where I'm sat, silhouetted against the skyline. Yeah, it's quite a walk. And then we've also got Steve's camera as well on the small there, which we'll switch to. Looks like that side slope just at the top of that hill is just catching a lot of people out. So it looks like the only option there is to really winch.
So it could be that we see if they go up till 4 p.m.
Yeah, so even though the cars might not have started yet, they've still got till 4 p.m. to put in a lap today to still be in part of the competition. So 4 p.m. is the last time that they can go out. And you can just see there from that camera footage just how slippery that is just through there.
Steve, 100% on Steve.
Just going sideways. Yep, it is absolutely tipping it down out here. So that looks like there, just crossing the tape.
100% on Steve. James, I can see you trying to join again. James, I can see you trying to join. James, I can see you. 100% on visual at the moment.
So that Can-Am is literally just sliding down the hill there sideways. Guess that's one way to do it. Very light, very nimble. They just kind of float across most of the stuff. There you go. Right, we're back up the top now with James, top of from where we're sat anyway. Looks like we've got another car up with them. I didn't see who that was. That's probably the Alpha Fab car, having changed the tyre, I guess. So car 11 looking at the live timings in front of us. So they look like they are on their so we've got the 2 qualifying at the beginning, and then six lap they look like they're on. Yeah, so that's car 11, Smith and Clarkson. Looks like it could be on the 6th lap. Yeah, so the timing is working for all the cars because it is literally a physical thing. So they do cross kind of a beam and they count it off the start line, counted in. So if they aren't showing on that, if they're showing that they've only done a lap or 2 laps, then that's it. They've probably retired, or they could be sat in the pits trying to fix, and then they've got until 4 o'clock to get out and do a lap today. They have to have done a lap today for it to count and for them to still stay in. So it also could be that cars have started but not finished a lap. So we're back again with Steve in that side slope area where we seem to have a fairly good signal at the moment with this rain. And you can just see the cars are just literally sliding back because the tyres are so clogged up. So it looks like car 45, we've had a question about how they are doing. Car 45, the mudslingers, that looks like they are on their 6th lap. So doing well. So if they're doing the 150 today, that's 2 more laps. Even my maths. That's 2 more laps to go, basically. But I mean, the rain is probably coming down here. It's going to be a tough 2 more laps that they're going to have to try and put in today. Right, so car 58 looks like they've done 2 laps. So yeah, they look like they've probably been having some problems today. Let's have a look, see where we're at with car 29. So Shepard and Day there. So it looks like they're also on 6 laps as well. So good effort from them. It looks like they're doing some sort of about an hour to 30 minutes a lap, depending on how quick they can go around. Yeah, yes. I'm sure the mudslingers, this weather does suit them. There was a lot of mud to sling out here today. Yes, the co-drivers are working very, very hard today, Chris. That's right. And Hannah will have to have a look and see if we can find out where that car is, where the bridge car is. Looks like they've done.
Come in, Marshall Point Victor.
Yeah, so 7 laps. We're looking at the timings. So just quickly trying to count. Yeah. So yeah, doing very, very well. But I do believe they're allowed to do 10 today because they're going for the 200.
Did you receive that, control? Car Victor, all received. Is it rollable? Will it roll with steering? Over. Yes, it's dumped as water, but it can steer. Recovery 1 to control. Come in, recovery 1. Yeah, And it's pretty slippy on that side. Go over the last one. Route to come back. So we'll go up there now.
Have we lost you, James?
Yep, so we've got some footage coming in from Steve. And just so you can see how muddy it is out there. So pretty much we've got our last cameraman left out on the hill, which is Steve. He's doing sterling work in amongst the trees there. So I'm not sure on that. We'll have to double check that on the timings. Hannah, for you. So we can see where. So Steve is pretty much our last camera we've got out there on the hill at the moment. We're just hoping this rain clears in a minute or two. It's looking a little bit brighter to the right of us here, so that's the way it's coming. So let's hope that some of this rain clears off. So we've still got a car on its side there in those trees. Imagine that would be a tough one for recovery to get hold of. And we're just looking down at our camera we've got down here in base, and there goes a car going past. I cannot see what number that is. So that was Taylor and Clark, car 36, I think. That just went past. We're just climbing the hill. Disappearing off out of sight. So we're now back with Steve on that side slope there at the top of that winch area. You can just see there from our wide camera shot down here just quite how damp it is. That side slope up there is horrendous. Just doesn't do it justice, just quite how slippery that is up there.
Steve to your left.
And that rain is just coming down again here now. I would imagine some of the competitors might have decided to go and try and have a break and maybe hoping that the weather's going to push through. We are now at 2 o'clock, just on 2, so that will be only another couple of hours that they can actually start to get those laps in. So back up again with Steve on that side slope.
Steve to your left, keep going.
So it looks like the Mercedes of 2 Web that you can see there. These cameras, but they're doing well.
Recovery. This is Media Rich. Go ahead, Media Rich. We are at, hang on a minute, we've got a dead car that needs escorting out. They're driving, but they've got no alternate belt, need escorting out. Just get you our location, hold on. We're just near Marshall Point P. T for Tango. P for Papa, top of the hill by the tree. So that's zone 2, punch 6, we're just near.
So we're just looking again at Steve's camera. We've got this car still on its side in the gully here. It's been here for a little bit of a while. That is quite precarious there. I mean, they're not moving anywhere at the moment. They're not going to go anywhere. So the easiest thing to do is just to leave them where they are at this precise second, I think. I would imagine they'll pull out the car. It's been there for a little while.
Is he actually on the gate for the byway behind it? Over? Yes, you can get out to the gate to the byway, yes. Over. Doctor, I got a visual on you. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Yeah, relevant. Thank you. Relevant to last message.
Winching going on down there. It's just so incredibly slippery.
Run into control
of a lot of rain push through.
Yeah, I'm on my way to Papa.
Getting a bit brighter.
Near an infield, so I can do that.
So we've got another car coming through our area now, where we are sat. We'll see if we can get a picture of whoever it is that's coming through.
Control. Your last message was quite broken up.
So we're at Marshall
Point going to attend
way down here.
P to escort the car out. Yeah, if you can copy, I say I am almost inside of Papa. If you want to abandon Phil.
It does double back and flip around here quite a bit. So you can just see how slippery that is. Just trying to keep a controlled kind of slide going on. And then when they reach the bottom, then you can see just how dug out everything is getting through there. yes, that looks like Team Alpha Falcons saw earlier on camera changing a wheel up just about where we are. So that's car 35, Ward and Thompson there. Absolutely covered in mud. Know how that feels. And you can just see the co-pilots having to be very gingerly footed around just to stop from sliding over. So back down here at our little base camp in Marshall Point E. James has just made it back from his trek up the mountain just to go and get some live footage on the phone because the weather is absolutely coming down here at the moment as we're looking at Steve. So James, what was it like up on the top there?
It's hard to describe it really. I've only got wellies on. Some of the co-drivers you see wearing football boots and stuff with studs on, but the ground is changing all the time with the weather here, and it's so slippery out there underfoot. So I can only imagine you really do need deep Trep-style tyres to cut through that top layer of slime, try and get down to the harder ground underneath. But obviously as the rain comes down and the course lines change, it's never evolving feat really.
So look at that. Wow. Oh, that was
good save.
Great. So you can just see what happens. They just slide down. It's so soft. The bottoms of these gullies just get dug out where the cars have come down, powered on, and then that means that they are just going to go sliding all the way down there. I don't think they're going to move from there without a winch. Who is that? That does look like the Mudslinger's car, actually. So we've obviously had a lot of shout-outs for them. So it does look like that car. This is the only car I can think of that have a Union Jack on the top, and it's still looking fairly clean. Awesome footage there from Steve, wherever he is. I don't think he's too far from us down here. We're now looking for somewhere to put the winch on, and he's now swapped. Obviously, something happening behind him. Okay, so this is obviously another uphill from that downhill. So it looks like they go down and then spin around and come back up, and you can just see how slick these tyres are, just with all the mud and everything that's on them.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. We'll have a flight course control. Your head flight course.
Yeah, I'm down by Digger Drop now.
So James, car 58. We'll have to have a look at the live timings. Let's see if we can find that on the live timings. So it looks like they have done 2 laps. Looking at the live timings, that's the welsh.hillrallies.info. So obviously they're not having such a good day. They're having some problems there. So we've just had a car come through us here. Cannot see that number on that car. So that is incredibly well cut out up there. And then we're back with Steve again. Oh, that side slope up the top there. So that's the side slope that's just up from the left of us, and it is absolutely treacherous. So once they get into those, it's kind of like bracken and brambles and stinging nettles and all sorts in there. It's like a full wildlife show. So as soon as they get into there, it's really difficult. It just doesn't do it justice how treacherous that side slope is. You can see right now they're just shunting backwards and forwards, just trying to find some traction. Did think we'd see a rollover there earlier. That's it. Now they're back almost onto the course.
You okay?
I think the rain might have eased off a little bit.
No, no, no.
Right, so we might look to see if we can do some flying. We're just going to check the weather and see if we can mobilise some drones.
Right, freeze through the front, right?
Yeah, okay, so air traffic control saying it's still a bit damp for. Just trying to work out how much rain, whether we're in between clouds. So it looks like we've just got Jim Marsden coming through where we are now. So he has got to be close to doing his 10 laps. I would imagine this is probably his last lap.
Control, 4x4 field. Ron is now on his way back from Marshall Point, Papa, escorting the vehicle to the pits. I believe it was vehicle number 58. Over.
4x4 response, Phil, was that 5-8?
Come in. Alright, Yankee over here. We've just got a car right in. It's only been on its side, but we are going to be running a winch across the track, so we're going to have to go red for a couple of minutes.
Point, please.
Yankee.
Steve, so keep going, Steve. Steve, still going. Keep going, it's fine.
Okay, mate? Right, stay there now, stay there.
Steve alive, Luke and Steve alive. Things have really picked back up again. We've got flying fox back up, cars coming through. We've got another drone on its way up. Please stick with us.
Car number 38 stops for 30 seconds.
All received, over. Car 16 has just pulled aside. That's car 16, Ward and Webb. Car 16, Ward and Webb. Sorry, car 43. Car 43, Grant and Finley. That's car 43. That's Grant and Finley. Steve, you're alive. Keep going. Steve and Luke alive. Please stay tuned. We've got another drone going up. We have flying fox.
Winch in, Joe. Get the shaft first, good.
James, Steve, Luke, Paul, alive.
Now.
So it's all hopefully about to happen down here at Marshall Point E. Hopefully get some more cars through here in a minute. See the Can-Am just disappearing up. We've got a drone following it. Just see how cut up that track is now getting. And they've got that big old climb now to try and get up. If I pan around, we've also got some people on the side slopes.
16, Steve, Paul, alive. Yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, we've now got that break in the weather a little bit.
Bye,
Very, very wet underfoot.
All received, thank you.
So yeah, thank you, John, and a shout out to the Mudslingers again. We've just saw them in action doing a very spectacular kind of handstand. Who have we got here coming through? So here is the Team Good winch that we were asked about earlier. So that's Sam Webster. So obviously still out on the course. think they might have had some technical difficulties.
Goal. I'm in recovery. Happy for me to speak to the recovery. Just you are, Gwyn. We're over by Marshall Point. Quite a hospital. Well, yes, correct. Martin's up here. We're looking to come around to you now. Perfect, thank you. Marshall Point, O to Oscar Control.
Thanks, James. Steve, the 9.
Yeah, car 35 was popped up.
So we've just seen Sam Webster there go out on that side slope and come sideways down there. And you can see just above that there's another car. You just see that co-pilot, just how incredibly slippery that side slope is. Just trying to pull that winch line out. So now after that rain that we just had, and we got it now on the Flying Fox drone as well as my wide shot. You can see just how slippery that is. I mean, they got another car recovering as well across the course. That doesn't help amazingly for them to get through, and I don't think they saw their winch rope. So they're now 3 cars there. It's going to get quite tricky up there, I think. Let me... yeah, I mean, it's super slidey everywhere at the moment. Super slidey, is that a word? Let's just see if I can get a little bit closer up here. So car 29, we've done 8 laps, we think. So that's Shepherd and Day, car 29. What's going on?
Well, would you like a short story? Because I have one for you. We come along here, summer's drive, as always, happy, Larry, Harry, Henry up there living the dream. Got to where my Scanlon is,
Yeah.
and did a complete sideways momentum down the hill.
Right, and then ended up in a ditch.
And then laughed about it.
Nice, good effort. At least you're still the right way up.
We nearly won. It was like, oh, we're going, and we could laugh. Oh, it's so funny. Gotta laugh, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. So this is a really, really vicious side slope. So Sam Webster there just saying that he got caught out. Yeah, no problem too. But yeah, so Sam just got caught out there, literally started at the top of the track, and I think we had it on our cameras as well. And just as it ended up in the ditch just there. So he's got a winch rope out. I'm sure he'll be winching out of there pretty quickly. And we've got somebody else coming into this section. Can't see who it is from here. See how they get on this side slope. So hopefully we've got my audio and visual back. I'm now within range of the base station. So just a little bit far for our equipment. Try not to get run over because his mirrors are very covered in mud. And this side slope here is turning into something quite tricky. So not quite sure what's going on here. So they just winched themselves out of a ditch.
Facing the wrong way. We said all along. Just changes it in an instant. It's the course, isn't it? It can be if you work it off. If you've done 8 already, then. Oh yeah. We're all there. We're all in this. Yeah. Oh, someone's been in. Oh, that was us. Yeah. A big tumble down there.
So we got some drones up at the moment, coming to you live, obviously, from the middle of Wales. I'll see if I can pan around and give you a shot of where we are and where I am. So that little red tent down there is where everything is running from currently. And they're giving us a wave. And then you can see the weather has just this second cleared a little bit, enough for us to get some drones in the air, try and bring you guys some footage. And it is suddenly very, very slippery underfoot here. We've got a car behind me that has just ended up in a tree. That tree stopped him from coming all the way down the slope. So we have Team Goodwinch here, Sam Webster. That's the older Webster. Looks like they've obviously got some mechanical. They were a minute ago just in a ditch here, having slid down the hill. So it looks like they might be retiring. So we've got car 41 that we were asked about a minute ago on the feed. They are literally just passing our Marshall Point where we're sat, which is Marshall Point E. So they seem to be doing another lap. Seems to be still out and still running, which is always good. And it looks like this car also might have a mechanical issue as well. They're making themselves way very gingerly back down the hill. All right, that just gives you an idea how slippery this side slope has got.
Dino, come back. Come back. Right. Straighten up. Straighten up. Straighten up, mate. Keep coming like that. More cowbell. Cowbell. Go on. Cowbell. Keep coming like that. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Back end. Hold and give it a bit. Straighten up. Cowbell. Straighten up.
Okay, so we've got several cars up here on this hill. We've got, looks like they are making their way back down towards us. So we've got a couple of cars joining us now. It looks like maybe the Alpha Fab car, I can't quite see from here, is coming down to join us where we are. Yeah, so that I think pretty sure is the Alpha Fab team there that's just making its way onto the side slope we're looking at. They stopped probably because there's a winch rope from that car, which is car, I can't see the number, let's say 33. They've got their rear winch out, so of course that is impeding it. And we think we've got both drones actually circling these cars now as they both make their way back down this treacherous side slope. Those guys just need to stay where they are. That's it, and they're through. Perfect. Yeah, he managed to save. That was a pretty impressive bit of driving. It's very close. Had that on the drone, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we've been alive now for an hour and 40 minutes. We had a little bit of a rain come through, so we had to hunker down for a bit. Rain holding off for the moment. We'll try and keep bringing you footage as much as we got footage to bring you. Obviously, last car out on course in, well, it's now nearly 10 to 3, so we are getting close to the end of the day. I think it's 4 o'clock last car out. Now, the trouble is, this car that we've got here, I can't see the number. I think it's car 16. So car 16, Warden Webb. We just saw a typical Land Rover car door flying open. I don't know if they're going to reassess, see if they can get back up there. Okay, so I think we've got some winching still up where Steve's camera was. Certainly some winching going on here. Just that rain that came through has just polished everything off. This side slope now is super, super treacherous. And we can see that on the drone as well. So these guys have just done a sterling effort to recover themselves back up. They were facing down the hill to me, and they've just managed to recover themselves back up onto the track. Co-pilot, I think, going back for his sling. We do have a recovery truck down here, so I think some of the people that are retired up here have called for some assistance in getting back. Oh, so they just got stuck again at the end of that. Fortunately, I think it is literally just right foot plant it and try and plough through there. That's it. And a sterling effort there from those guys. They did a really good job of recovering themselves. They were facing completely the wrong way as they slid off that side slope. And it looks like other people. Right, hopefully I'm now back on the feed again, just after a quick battery change.
Three-car convoy back to the pits.
So yeah, it looks like these guys here are all heading back to the pits. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties there. Just changing battery midstream is obviously a little bit too much for me to handle. So we've still got cars out on course. We're still now looking at the sort of the closing stages really of today. I don't think many of these cars will be going back out, so we've got these cars here going back to the pits, possibly mechanical issues, but still plenty of cars still out, still running, still on course. There'll be some knackered, absolutely knackered co-pilots this evening. These cars are absolutely caked. Seeing a lot of winching on our feeds today. The side slopes. Yeah, it's been a tough day. Cannot see whose car this is. I'm just going to guess and say that could be Kirkby Sainz's car. They're making pretty short work of this side slope. Awesome bit of driving there. So I think we just had a shout out for Kirkby Signs from Coral. Thank you very much. It's nice to know that we've got people watching, so do feel free to give us a shout. I think that might be them that's just gone through. That team, that might be the Kirkby car just there. Potentially could be. Everything's so covered in mud. Looks kind of the right shape. Or that. Ooh. So it could be Mark Dean's car. I'm just not sure. It's too hard to tell really with the amount of mud on the cars at this precise second. We do try and change up the screen so you can see what's going on in different areas and different locations as much as possible, just to give you guys a flavour of all the different kind of locations, so you're not just seeing the start finish. Still can't see a number on this car. Right, so I think 6:30 is the DNF time, so I think that's the last time you can be on course. Yeah, so just to sort of reiterate that, so 4, as I was saying earlier, is the last time that people can leave to go out on a lap, and I think they bring you back in if you're still out on your lap at 6:30. That's your kind of DNF time. So tomorrow then, let's have a think about tomorrow. So we'll see what the weather gods bring us tomorrow. I mean, today the forecast is completely different. We were expecting to not be able to do anything in the morning. It was actually quite usable this morning, the weather. So we will obviously try and bring you live again from the start line. So I think the start again is at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So we will try and be live just slightly before that. Then you can catch up with everything that's happened and who's still running. Just remember, you've got the live timings, the websites we've been putting on the screen. You can catch up with all the kind of the scores and how many laps people are on. But I would imagine that there's been quite a few cars, especially some of the top runners and riders, that have completed their full allotment of laps today. So yes, I think that will be our plan tomorrow. We'll try and get as early as possible. Again, it's subject to weather, but we'll let you guys know. But we will be endeavour to be there on the start line, bringing you as much live footage as possible from the 150 here in Mid Wales. 2025. So tomorrow there's no maximum laps, and like I say, tomorrow 8:30 is the start. So we will try to be on live from then. And then we will try and do an afternoon live as well. Yeah, so that car that you're seeing will be recovered tomorrow. So they're just easier to where they are at this precise moment, I would imagine. So after 2 hours of live footage here from Mid Wales on the 150 2025, hopefully you guys have appreciated the live footage we've got. Please tune in tomorrow, and we're going to close the live today.
Tactical off-road racing.